In the time it'll take you to watch the first 60 seconds of this video, 28 child brides would have been forcefully married. 2 children would have been sold into slavery, and at least 1 woman would have been raped. 120 million women around the world, that's 1 out of every 3 of us, has been forced to have either physical or sexual assault written into our life stories. We collectively, as the world, say that we abhor this behavior, but yet we consistently and hypocritically hand women the pens. 1 in every 3. I am one of them. My name is Evon Idahosa. I am an English-born Nigerian American lawyer and activist. And I use my voice to amplify the voices of other women and girls, particularly those who are not in a position to do that on their own. When I was 17 years old, I was physically assaulted by a young man. That experience gave me what I like to describe as the gift of discomfort with the way that the world views and values women. It also taught me that there is a large percentage of men who feel entitled to the bodies of women, like we're theirs to objectify, to use, to abuse. It taught me that violence against women is a pandemic and that it takes an entire world to put an end to it. And even though I was still very young at the time, it ignited my commitment to awakening the sleeping consciousness of humanity, because we are really very disconnected from human pain and suffering. A few years ago, I had a dream where I saw hundreds of women and young girls lining up to climb a really, really tall tower and then throwing themselves off of it onto a really busy highway. And even as I awakened from the dream, it dawned on me that the most transformative way to really help these women was to figure out what it was that was causing the root cause of their pain by really stopping them from climbing the tower in the first place. So I think both of those things, coupled with the fact that I grew up with a mother who was essentially a champion for women's rights, who I saw pull up women and uplift women, ultimately culminated to me leaving my law practice in my partnership to do what I believe is my life's work, which is to amplify the voices of women and girls. There are millions of women and girls around the world who are trapped in sex slavery, who are forced to be married, women who are burned as brides. There are women who are silently surviving through rape, through sex trafficking, and as part of my work, I've been blessed in some ways to see the best, but also the worst of humanity. Even as we sit here today, there are 196 girls from Chibok, Nigeria, who were abducted by the world's deadliest terrorist group. These are terrorists who force grown men to swallow bullets for breakfast, who force young boys to watch their mothers forcibly raped, all because of a warped mindset of this antiquated, antediluvian thinking that women somehow have less value than men. And so I think a lot of people, are up in arms about the fact that women, the girls are entitled to be educated, and I agree with that. But what really needs to be eradicated is this antediluvian, antiquated thinking that women are not equal to men. And until you change that behavior, until we start to change the way that men view women and value women, a lot of the statistics that we see, the alarming statistics that we see around the world concerning the abuse of women and girls is really not going to change.